Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, hello, hi, I'm Jay. Today we are looking at Bitcoin. I'm not a financial advisor, neither should this video be taken as financial advice. Just a guy in his kitchen talking about one way to look at the markets and all this ruckus that's going on. Is it worth the hype? So here we are at CoinMarketCap looking at the top coins in the crypto asset class. Bitcoin, the king, at a dominance of about 40%, sitting at $43,000. But last 7 days, we've had a 24% downturn. Other big coins seen similar downturns: Ethereum, Binance Coin, Dogecoin, all these things that we have here. But point is, should we be worried? Should we be worried? Let's look at the Bitcoin chart. This chart goes back to the start, almost the start of Bitcoin, July 2010. Seems like we've had this exponential growth, and now we almost look like we're crashing down. But is there actually reason to be worried? Let's switch to a log y-axis. Doesn't seem too bad, doesn't seem too bad. We have this small capitulation, nothing that we aren't used to. We've already seen this in the past. I'm not saying that the past is any indicator of what's going to happen in the future, but kind of gives us a bit of confidence that things aren't too bad. Well, let's look at this idea that Bitcoin acts in market cycles. So here we have the bottom to the peak. This is one market cycle, and we have this capitulation down to the bottom and a second market cycle over here. Bottom to a peak, capitulation, and another market cycle over here. And then the market cycle we're currently in started in about December of 2018. And the question is this capitulation going to be one of these bigger ones, last for a bit, kind of a longer time, and set us up for cycle 5? Or is this just one of these little pullbacks we have during / mid-cycle, and can we reach higher highs this cycle? Let's look at the normalized ROI of these cycles. So in this graph, we see each cycle starting from the bottom and the days since the start of the cycle and what the ROI would have been if you had bought straight at the bottom of the cycle. First cycle, of course, initial early adopters made some massive gains in a very short period of time, about a year. Second cycle, same thing. Only took about, 2 years, and we made some major gains. Cycle 3, cycle 4, a bit more tame compared to these prior cycles, but still, I mean, about 2 years, and we've reached 10x in this cycle. And then cycle 3, sorry about that. Took us about 3 years to get to a 100x ROI. That's 100x. $100 investment would have turned into $10,000 in a matter of 3 years. These are some immaculate gains. Basically nothing in the history of the world, no asset has had anything similar to this. But now the question is, cycle 4, what's going to happen? So cycle 1, we made a 700x in about a year. Cycle 2, a 500x in 2 years. Cycle 3, 100x in 3 years. And you see, there's this prevailing theory that's come along that these cycles are lengthening. They take a little bit longer, and also we have some diminishing returns. We don't reach the highs of ROI we reached the last cycle. But now we look at cycle 4. We've kind of been keeping pace to cycle 3. And can we keep on doing that? Personally, I don't think we can. It seems a bit outrageous that we'd shoot up from the prices we are right now. But let's look at what are some potential options this market cycle. See here as well. Currently, the little pullback we've had. People that bought at the start of this cycle have 20x'd their initial investment. there's bound to be people that are like, might as well take some profits. But it's just this little speed bump. In the past, there's been loads of capitulations similar to this. So when you're looking at the market, just take a step back, look at what could actually be happening. But that being said, this could have been the cycle top. This is one theory, that disregard everything about lengthening cycles. This was a very short cycle. We got to the cycle top. I think we got to like $63,000 or $65,000. And now we're just going to do a major capitulation, go down 20, 10K, whatever it is, and then move on, start his next cycle from there. But what if, for you bulls out there who think that, oh, we've been keeping up with cycle 3, why couldn't we keep up with cycle 3 for the rest of the cycle? So this is just some extrapolated data, us looking at the potential of keeping up with cycle 3. Now, this could come with a little bit of a pullback still and then move up, but this is about 80 days out, and that would be a 30x from the initial start of this cycle, which was about $3,000. So we'd be looking at a $90,000 Bitcoin in the next 2-3 months in the summer. That we're currently sitting at about $45,000, so you'd basically be doubling your investment if this were to hold through. I'm not saying it did. It's a very, very bullish scenario in my opinion. And as well, days from today, 183, that's about a half a year. So before the end of the year, we'd reach 100x, and 100x times your initial 3,000, that would put Bitcoin at a modest $300,000. This, like I said, this is kind of the most bullish scenario we could think of for Bitcoin. I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm very doubtful it will happen. It kind of disregards this theory of these diminishing returns and lengthening cycles. But let's look at another option. See here in cycle 2, we have this false peak. We capitulated quite drastically and then moved on to look at the high. That's what I've done here. I've extrapolated, kind of lengthened this little frame out a little while longer, and this is what we get. It starts to look a bit more realistic. We might have a capitulation down a bit lower. We have these two areas going back to the 10K ROI levels. That'd be about a $30,000 Bitcoin. Actually, might be a very good time to accumulate some more Bitcoin. But in the next 425 days, so talking next summer, late next summer, 2022, we'd come up again and come up to somewhere around the 50x ROI from the bottom of this market cycle, looking at a $150,000 Bitcoin. See, if something like this were to play out, I'm the first one to admit that this is very dubious extrapolation, just putting some random charts on another chart. But if we were to capitulate even a bit further, this could be a very opportunistic time to get some Bitcoin and then make a solid 5x on your investment in a year's time. Nothing like that anywhere else in any other assets. Or I shouldn't say that, but a very, very opportunistic time indeed. So that's just one way to look at the market. This little pullback that we've had now, I don't see it as that terrible of a thing. It actually might be a good thing. If you're into investing, that might be a good time to get some more Bitcoin. I don't know. Like I said, if you're here to get some financial advice, I urge you to go get some other type of advice, care. But I hope you found this video entertaining. If you like it, leave a comment below and I'll try and make some more crypto videos. Thank you. See you later.